So my friend sent me a text. He was joking, saying, "Hey, I'm getting a chair from my wife's dad. Would you please come when you come over? Because I'm going over to the house. Would you please come stage the crap out of it because I don't trust anybody else to do it properly, and I don't trust fluffy bunnies." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought it was funny because my friend is a Discordian, so he worships chaos. And so he doesn't care about what he says and what these things. He doesn't care how people feel about him. He likes. It's not that he just wants to cause uproar all the time. Even though he gets amusement from like practical jokes and stuff, he does. He worships like natural chaos, like change and things and whatnot going on in nature and stuff, and other things as well. And yes, he likes some sort like practical joke kind of chaos and messing with people chaos, but not to any like huge extent, like where it could really harm somebody. Um, but I feel bad because I know in my head I'm like, am I fluffy? Am I fluffy? Like I know I teach crafty classes that could be considered fluffy, but I don't ever teach like religious classes or spiritual classes or anything. And I don't really follow most of what people in this pagan community follow. When I talk to them, I'm like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. No, I don't believe in that. Why are you doing that? Not really. That was a totally angry face. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if not, you can comment below and I can explain better. Um, I have a lot of fluffy friends, like uber fluffy, like love and light pouring out of their every pore kind of fluffy. And I love them. They're my friends. So I don't really try to say too much online and everything openly because I don't want to hurt their feelings because they are my friends. But I do have a lot of negative views, which are just terrible, I guess. To have, ooh, no, not like people, their views like you can't have negative thoughts at all, and they only worship one side of the balance. So that's why I consider them kind of fluffy. And I know I do a lot some things that aren't really traditional or whatever, but we're living in this day and age, so we can't just go by only what we've seen in the past. We have to change things a little bit to be able to work in this society and everything that we're working in, to be able to live it now compared to how people lived then. So, but then I meet some people who are Reconstructionist or call themselves that, but then they'll go teach classes on Wicca or something, or they won't. For me, Reconstruction is someone who's trying to live that path as close to possible as you can. That's how I view it. And you're not doing that. Don't call yourself a Reconstructionist then. You know, um, or trying to follow certain paths, and people they'll say, "Oh, I'm this," and then it's really like they're just Wiccan with this influence. So you're still Wiccan. You just It's like Wiccans can be eclectic. They can take different gods from different various pantheons and try and work with them. You just choosing one pantheon doesn't make you not Wiccan anymore. If you're following the basis for all their different rituals and stuff and working in that same sort of like format kind of thing. Like there's different ways to go about rituals and whatnot, and different ways to go about worshiping and everything. My friend's point was that he doesn't like how we have to have titles, not we, but how most pagans, and especially in our community, I don't know how it is elsewhere, have to have titles, have to be in circles, have to have ritual robes and have all this fancy stuff, and then they like just end up making like this altar of like expensive goods and crystals they paid like a bunch of money for and all this different stuff. It's You say you're following an earth-based religion, so go outside, go take a hike, go garden, go commune with trees, go on a camping trip. I mean, if you're following an earth-based path, why are you ordering all of your herbs for different things? Even if most people that I'm working with don't even order the herbs. They won't work with herbs. They just like to write their name on a candle, burn it, and think that they're practicing earth-based faith. No, that is not. What? I mean, like, I know I'll make incenses and stuff for people because I try to make tools for people because a lot of them don't know how to make it themselves, don't have the time and money to go and test things, and most of them don't even test things before they make them. Um, or they like are on the go kind of people. I know like big city people have a hard time getting to things. Like they're obviously not going to go out and be able to garden in their front yard. I know there's community patches where you can grow things in the city, but not everybody has the time to do that. So they order their tools, and my thing is that I'm helping them to make that. And a lot of times people like need something now and they don't have time to make an oil and wait a minimum of 2 weeks for the herbs to soak into the oil and all that. That's how usually long I wait before I will use something is 2 weeks. I mean an herb or an oil with herbs in it. Um, but it started as a joke, and now it's like I'm like kind of pulling away from the conversation because I don't want to hurt anybody. But I'm the type of person that I'll try and research things. I try to do the history first, the history homework first on something. If I'm trying to say I'm going to follow a path, I want to do the history. And sometimes it takes a while, so I'll start practicing different things that I am finding out, but continue to research it. Just because you read one book does not make you like anything. You have to practice all those things and keep researching. Don't read one Silver Ravenwolf book, call yourself a witch, start wearing all black, and say that you're a hedge witch and that you're following earth-based path and all those things. You need to actually work those things. You cannot just say that I mean, most people that I'm talking to that are Wiccan and stuff, they need to find a different name for this religion that people are following now. Because it's not Wicca. They're like, well, I'm just going off intuition. You're not actually even working with any earth sort of things. You'll burn a little bit of incense that you bought offline, and then you're done. And you're not even connecting to the herb. You just go and read Scott Cunningham's book, and he said a list. There's like this list that says, oh, it's good for love. You don't even know what kind of love. Like, usually when I make things, if I'm going to make a love blend, I'll try and look for different herbs that don't conflict with each other and that work well in harmony, that can bring different elements of that love into your life that you're looking for, because everyone's looking for something different, you know? It's your job to focus that and to connect with whatever energy is mingling in there to bring it into your life, to call it to the universe or whatever that you're working with to bring it into your life. I feel like I sound fluffy just saying that, but some people don't get it. They're just like, oh, it's love for everything, or most people actually automatically assume because it says love that it means bring a love root to you, and that's not the case. So I get a little upset when people do not do their history homework, do not do any homework whatsoever, and they read 1 or 2 books and think that they're a master of anything. I'm forever a student, and I love people who say that they are too, that are actually studying, because I don't pretend to be an authority on anything. Even if I studied something for 50 years, I would never consider myself an authority on it. I'd be like, hey, this is what I read or what I know. I never say, this is how it's done. This is how you read it. This is how you do this. I don't do that, okay? I mean, and if I have, I don't remember any time that I've done that, and I should go back in time and bitch slap myself for doing it if I did that. But I want to pull it up real quick to see what's going on. Yeah, I put earth-based religion, go garden or something. But my friend was saying that he wants to redeem them back to reality. He wants to talk to the people of this community and tell them, like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But I wrote that if it helps someone live a better life, then why bother them? Some truly bother me, but they're just misinformed and teach others their misinformed views. I'm not perfect or all-knowing either, so, you know, I know I'm not, like, an authority on anything or perfect. I know I probably do fluffy things, have some fluffy tendencies from growing up in this community since I was 12. But I'm trying to learn and grow all the time, and not everybody does that. Some people even say they are, and they're not. They're like stagnant. I can tell that they're not doing anything sometimes. But I don't know. Just a random video, I guess, on a topic that was brought up. It's not really focused yet. Most of my videos aren't focused because I have so many thoughts going through that I need somebody here to like talk to me about it. Talk to me instead of just me rambling to a camera. But yeah, I live in a fluffy community. Which is fine. I just wish that some people could experience other things. And then it's sad because some people will experience something more traditional or something more real, I guess, even though it's not saying Wicca isn't real or like you not having experiences. I'm just saying that don't preach that you're doing certain things, or don't preach things if you're not following them yourself. And don't call yourself something if you're not following it the way it's supposed to be followed. I mean, some people will just say, hey, I'm eclectic, I don't really follow anything. That's cool. That's fine. But when you say you're Wiccan and you don't follow all those guidelines, it's just like Christianity. There are rules and regulations, different things and regulations, whatever. There's rules in Wicca. There's not just a, hey, I worship a god and goddess, so therefore I'm Wiccan. And no, it doesn't work that way. You're just an eclectic pagan. And people who are like that, I'm fine with them. It's when somebody's like, I'm Wiccan, and then they don't follow it, or they assume that you're Wiccan. I don't know. I think I'm done with this video because I'm going to start getting, not angry, but kind of like more frustrated, and it's going to be harder for my thoughts to flow. But I hope that made sense, and if you have any questions, you can write me. As always, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or anything. So I usually try and go about things in a way that I am nice about it. So, but still try and get my opinion and view out without hurting friends, family, and different things like that, or even strangers on here. But, so let me know what you think, and I'd love to talk to you guys. I like having different conversations. Just, if you're going to be mean, just now I'll be mean right back, because I return the same energy you send to me. So, thank you for watching.